Okay, so the plan was always to put a canteen here and then have it split into two. Basically, this whole space was going to be two different canteens so we could like segregate things more, right? That was always the plan. What wasn't the plan initially was to have a staff canteen in here. And I've decided to go for it. I think this is probably the first playlist of all 10 we've done. And we've had staff needs, I think, since season 3. So we've been in a lot of prisons without ever using a staff canteen. I think this might be the first time. And I think most of it has to do with the fact that right now the staff room is all the way over here. And we're going to start having people way over here. And I really don't want them to walk all the way over here. And yes, I could make another staff room. But then I'd have to have, you know, the kitchen would be serving another staff room food, you know. And then you always have that really awkward problem where the guards will sort of pick up food from here. And then if there's nowhere to sit in this room, they'll walk all the way over to the other one to try and sit. And then by the time they've done that, their break is over and they don't get to eat. There's a lot of nonsense like that. So we're going to do things a little bit differently today. And we're going to go ahead and get a staff canteen. I think for the first time ever on this channel, I think I'm going to use this room. And so what we'll end up doing then is that this will go away. These tables will go away. There'll be additional comfort stuff in here for them to use and everything. They can be a little bit better shape in this room. And then we'll have another staff room over here at some point that, you know, kind of splits the difference there. Okay, so we have more fighting, but our guards are, I hope, equipped to deal with that. Yeah, looks like we have quite a few gangs. Purple. Look at this. Quite the gathering here. What's going on with that? We have 8 members of this gang in here now. No leaders as far as I can see. But still 8 is good. Oh, and there's a graffiti. Yep. They are claiming the tables. Now that's a new thing. They weren't able to do that before in previous playthroughs, but they can actually graffiti things now to like kind of spread their influence around a little bit. And they'll get upset if you clean that off. You can clean that off. It just, the people will get very upset. So this specific table is a jackal table. To evict them from their tables, move or disassemble them, though this will cause them to become angry. Right? So what I'd like to do, right, I will leave it alone. If it's got one table, I don't mind. It kind of lets me know exactly where they'll be. Although I really don't know why they would want to have their back to each other. They're so close together like this. I don't know why they would want to do that. But regardless, they're here, and at least I know where they're going to be all the time. And we're going to get going a little bit heavier into the, you know, getting rid of gangs, you know, as we continue. Man, there's a heat wave right now. If you're curious as to why these are off and everything, it's because I've shut them off. Because we're going through a hot spell right now. And I mean, I don't think there's anything I could do to really cool the place down without mods. But, you know, it'll pass. They'll get a little irritable right now, but it'll eventually go away. So we'll have 2 of these staff serving tables here, and then I was gonna have this hallway right here, and this hallway I was going to anyway have this be an entrance to this canteen, so that they kind of had to go through this door to get in here and past the staff. But now I'm kind of thinking, instead of having this be a hallway, that I may just go ahead and make this part of the canteen. And then that way I might be able to get some influence on this from this room, like some suppression influence in this room. And also quick access from the staff who are eating in here. They may be able to get in here and help with this. My goodness. Isn't this just... This is a situation right here, man. Man, it is so warm. All these doors are messing up. I mean, I have really great staff. Every single workman is trained to deal with these things right now. They're all, you know, terribly dehydrated and pissed off, but they're trained to deal with these things. All right, there are no prisoners assigned to this. That's because it's not for prisoners. There you go. Staff canteen is right here. And all we'll want to do is just real quick, now that we've added extra things, we want to make sure that we... Whoops. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but there we go. So this will automatically serve these. And then now that this is down here, we don't really need them to come up here anymore. But I will go ahead and just make that extra connection manually like that. So we should get staff coming in here. And I may actually put a sink in this room because it's not that far away, I guess. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's not that far away. I think having an extra sink would be a good idea, though. Now that I'm looking at this, I think we'll just add those extra 2 sinks. Why not? And then should we put some extra cookers in? I don't know if it's necessary, right? But I think we'll go ahead and add the 2 extra cookers I was planning on, which is right here. And then I'm going to move that rat trap to be, I don't know, somewhere over here. Well, put it in this room, I guess. So now somebody in the comments, I forget which video it was, but somebody in the comments told me about something like Sonic thing. And I forget what it's called. No, not sock. Yeah, Sonic Rat Deterrent. Emits a high-pitched frequency that will stop rats from entering the area which it's placed. Like that sounds interesting. I don't remember a lot of these things, so it's been a quick minute here, but we'll get that going. It looks like it has to be indoors. So I'm thinking once they move that, yeah, we'll go ahead and do this one, and then we'll make sure that there's a Sonic rat deterrent thing maybe over in this area like that. And then I probably want to put this in the canteen where these guys are, right? So make sure the rats don't get near the food. And then maybe we'll just have one sitting right there. And maybe we'll have one sitting right there. Maybe we'll have, I don't know exactly how spread out I need these to be. The general idea is you just want to keep rats out of here, right? Like you just want to get rid of them. So we'll just place them anywhere we don't want them to be, which I would assume is, near the food, which is kind of where I prioritize them initially, is near the food. And there we go. And now we have people on break coming in here to eat too. There's lots more seating in here. You don't really need the tables, I don't think, because they kind of will eat in any seat, but I think it looks better when they use the tables like that. And now that there's actually food available in there, I think what I want to do, I can't really get rid of that food there. So here's what I'll do instead, because otherwise I have to dump that food, and I don't want to do that. So we'll just go like that. We'll just right click it, and then it will auto connect to the canteens once more. And there we go. And now, again, our kitchen staff will just be moving around and doing that. Now, the other thing I wanted to do in this area, and I know it's going to take people a little bit of extra time, but I think it will really help with contraband. The other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to set up a scanner machine right here. So it's for the delivery areas and storage rooms to scan wooden crates for contraband. It must be wired to a scanner monitor for a guard to spot contraband. A guard's ability to spot contraband will depend on their tiredness. And so I wanted to have one of these in here. I don't know whether or not they'll actually use it all the time, but it'd be nice to try it out. So I'm going to put one right here. And then I think the idea is you bring all the boxes through this to get scanned, right? I think they'll just do it automatically. I'm hoping anyway. And then the scanner monitor, we're going to put that kind of over here, I guess. That's fine right there. And so one of our guards will manage that and be constantly looking through the monitor to see what's being scanned in here. Hello, Thomas, can I help you? Why are you being targeted, Thomas? You have a good chance to get out of here, man. I can't really tell why you're being targeted specifically. Did you tell the gang no? Why would you be targeted? 2 hours for solitary. I think maybe I need to up my punishments just a little bit here. I think maybe that's something I got to do. My punishment right now is currently at 7, so maybe not. I need to work on reform a little bit more. And then health is a problem. We need to keep working on that. Health will get worked out as we start to get higher quality meals. And I think I've got that in now. So we're in, real quick, let's go to policy. Yeah, I'll come down here. So we're at high quantity, and we can do high variety now. So we'll do high. Okay. And then high, primarily that means that we're going to be, using a lot of food product to feed our prisoners. But I want them to be well fed, because well fed has a nice calming effect on prisoners. And right now they're going to get, they're overheating and everything. So that's not exactly helping them stay calm. But, Yeah, I think also the yard could use a little bit more exercise equipment. So I'm going to put another tire thing there. And let's put maybe one more weight bench in. Yeah, one more weight bench there. And then I'm thinking we could pop a radio in the corner. Like they can listen to radio while they're chilling on the bleachers right there. It's pretty good. We want to keep these for our breathing therapy stuff. And pretty much every direction they go, we will have another choke point here with 2 metal detectors. We're going to have that eventually too. So things look good here. I'm getting Panda hanging out outside here. Now, I think maybe medium sex allowed in here. And I think maybe there's a little bit of an issue with this. This looks like it could be an issue. So they need to get down here to the restaurant. But they don't need to go out this door. I think this door specifically I need to block. Let's go like this, and then we'll take another staff. We could even put the staff gate since we already bought it. The idea being that I just need to make sure that the only people using this specific door are staff. So that's what we're going to do there. So we'll make sure that is a staff-only area, and that way they can get to the restaurant, but they can't get out this door. Only staff will use that door. That sounds nice. Man, it's really hard to see, isn't it? With the haze of all this heat. My goodness. At least it's going to go away soon. Starting in the morning, it'll be gone. The temperature's going to start declining here. Let's see, down here. So the next steps for us, right, is to get that criminally insane wing sorted. And I think I've pretty much got everything nailed here. I've got power into this entire area for the most part. There's a little bit here, but power for the entire area is hooked up to this green energy source now. And so we've separated it from this separate grid right here. I also want to move this up. I don't want it to be here because I want to be able to add more capacitors over time to this area, but we have small capacitors still to replace, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. So I guess I could maybe get this capacitor dismantled and add a max capacitor here instead. And as soon as I do that, let's go ahead and have that be a priority. And that'll maybe get this a little bit more closer to the safety range there. And we have lightning rod protecting that area now too, so that's good. Okay, let's take a look at needs really quick. And then I am going to start building this, but I just wanted to show you that I had that sorted out. So prisoner needs are fine, but luxuries and literature are 2 big needs that I don't think has a huge impact on their mood, but it is going to have an impact. Alcohol will too. Can we get a program? I should be able to afford it. Can we get a program to help them with that? Alcoholics group therapy. Let's put that in there. Behavioral therapy, we'll get that going too. I think spiritual guidance, we're going to hold off on that for a second. Farm work safety would be useful, but I like conflict resolution as well. So how many of these programs can we actually have at one time? Conflict resolution requires a meeting room. The meeting room. Okay, so that's something I didn't budget for as far as space goes, but that's what this extra space around here is for. This whole area here that kind of wraps around, it's just a walkway that goes all the way around, and then there's rooms on the sides for them to interact with. I am going to probably spend more money here than I should, because this is not going to stay criminally insane. Like I've looked back at my plans, and this is supposed to be a cell block full of people who are going to be able to work in the workshop and the farms. And criminally insane can't do that. So if I set up my criminally insane wing here, it ain't going to work. So what I'm going to do instead is say the hell with criminally insane and not care so much about those couple of prisoners. And instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my low security area going right here. We're going to bring in a whole bunch of low security inmates. We're going to want to give these guys really nice cells in here. And then they can work in the workshop, in the restaurant, in the farm here, right? They can work in all these places. And then I'm also considering moving parole. I think moving parole inwards could be good. The problem is, like, everybody comes from the road, so the lawyers are going to have to walk a long distance to get in there. But I often notice that the prisoners have to walk a long distance to get there anyway, too. So I don't know if it matters much. If the prisoners have to walk a long way to get there, it's still taking up time, right? So if I have the lawyers have to walk a long way, I mean, maybe it'll be okay if the prisoners have a shorter walk. I don't really know what's best, but I may move that more in. Regardless, this building here, we're going to need ourselves a meeting room. So I'm going to bring this down. I could actually enclose this right now. Just finish it, you know? I could bring that right down like this. Oh, maybe I can't. I don't have the money. Yeah, I have insufficient funds for that. Should I take the loan? I could do carpenter apprentice. No, I don't want to do that. Just need something. Maybe I can tell them. I mean, it's during calamities, right? If I tell them to stay indoors, this is technically during a calamity right now. So I could say stay indoors, and that's technically me hitting that button again. So maybe I could just have that happen. Emergency protocols. It's a $10,000 grant, but now I have to hit that button again, which maybe I just do it again. Is that it? If I turn it on and off? I think I needed multiple calamities in order for that to work, but I thought I could fudge it. It's fine. All right, let's bring it all the way down to like this, and then I'm going to also have this be there. Okay, and then you just need a door. So we will, for now, use a staff door. Just a staff door in here is okay. We'll probably move that anyway, but that's just going to give us a staff door for them to be able to access it. And now we're all the way wrapped around, which is that's pretty good. I like that. And then this fence gets replaced by the wall as they build it, which is good. All right, you don't have to stay indoors anymore. I was just doing it so I had something to press, but you guys can come outside now, so you know you can build this. And then yeah, so for these cells here, I think we're gonna make them pretty nice cells. They're still 3x2, but we're gonna do fancy things like giving them the premium comfy beds, right? So if I have the comfy beds in these, and they're much more expensive, right? But this is part of that incentivizing them to behave thing. Okay, so what we'll do, let's just design let's just design a cell and then we'll just copy it, right? So we're gonna say we have one comfy bed, maybe on this side. I like that. One comfy bed here. And then let's mark this as a cell so that I can get all the stuff kind of in my face when I hit the objects key. All right. So on the exterior cells like this, for these cells, I think adding a window is a good idea. And, you know, there's a little classy things, but you really just need one. So I'm going to put a window. Let's put a window here. And then that will, you know, be our template for the exterior ones. And then we're going to make sure that we give them the same shower hookup thing. I think I'll do it on this side. Ooh. If I do that, then it'll end up being here. So that's still shorter for the water. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, we'll make sure this fence is a wall, and then we'll wrap the wall around the outside here. And actually, I'm going to change... Yeah, I'm going to change where this window is. We're going to put it here instead. And then the cell will have a chair in the corner. I'm tempted to give him a bird instead. But let's put the bookshelf maybe along here. Then they can't really see out the window, can they? All right, we'll do this. We'll put a chair there, put a bookshelf there, and then give them the sink and mirror. And that'll be how these cells are arranged. I probably will end up doing 3x3 cells around the outside for the really well-behaved prisoners. They always have like a really highest quality cell, that kind of thing. I'll probably look to do that later, but not quite yet. Okay, so let me see how they're... No, I want needs. There it is. So hygiene need is pretty much completely met. They're really craving family. freedom. They'll have that soon, I guess. Staff are really well taken care of. I can probably bring the guards down to 60% now. We'll see how that goes. And we're still trying to search their cells. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, this narrow passageway stuff it's not working. I need something different here. Whoa, 2 deaths. 2 deaths. This guy overheating. He had Waterhouse could have worked, man. It really could have. Who else is dead? It says there's 2 deaths. I don't see the second one. Who's my second dead? Better not be Staff. Is it Staff? It is not Staff. Okay, well, that's nice. This guy's released. There's a released guy in here. Yeah, he's getting out. He's a gang member. 97%. At least he served his entire sentence. I don't get penalized if they serve their entire sentence and reoffend. That doesn't give me any fees. I don't get fined for that. I only get fined if they get out early and they reoffend. So that's why I have to make sure my criteria is a little more strict. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're gonna get 3, looks like 4 medium security inmates coming in today. The roads need to be redone, looks like. Great. Road maintenance again. That's great. And did we find a tunnel? Maybe. No? False flag. Okay. That can happen. Sometimes they think they sniff something and then it'll get marked, but they really didn't sniff anything. All right, the road's fixed now. Don't you wish it was that easy in real life? You just click a button and some people come out and your road is completely fixed. Look at this guy, 2%. Dan Pigeon. Having a parole hearing, and he is absolutely getting out with very low chances. So I'm going to get a nice bonus for him. Thanks, Pigeon. Well done. Yeah, so some of these guys are going around. I think they can't go this way, though, and that rat is trapped. Really? Are you... I'm just going to call pest control to have him... No, it just dies. It just dies immediately as soon as I call pest control. Crazy. Somebody else told me that this fire alarm is connected to this instead of being connected to the outside wall. It does look a little weird having it be there, but it's not that big of a deal because there isn't really going to be a fire in this room unless somebody's using this equipment. So it's not really vital that that's the way it is. However, we can change this if you'd like. I believe there's a way to change that by just clicking. I thought I could rewire it. Can't you rewire? Show wires. No, I thought I could rewire that little thing there. Connect wired object. Maybe not. Maybe I just move it. If I just move it, will it reconnect to where there is power? Maybe if I install it while there's no power, maybe it'll auto connect to... Yeah, I guess so. And it's fine because it still detects the whole room, so that's okay. We need these things to be repaired, but they're supposed to be practicing on these and repairing these. That's what they're supposed to be doing. It's all right. My workmen will get to things that they need to get to pretty soon. I think we can probably go ahead and turn the hot water back on. Yeah. I'll turn the hot water on right here. Right there. Oh boy. Hey, can you guys maybe not? Yeah, how about you not? Just calm down, all right? Battle tendency. Yeah, both of yous. How big is this gang now? Did you just get more? No, less. Because the one guy got out. 97%. He'll be back. But he got out. That's just cool how they can claim tables. I just didn't know they could do that. It's very cool. All right, so these are done now. So I'm going to go into quick build and we can just clone this right here. And we should be able to just kind of... Now, it's blocked, right, because of that sink, right? That's the reason why these things are blocked. So what I'm going to do is dismantle the sink. And then I'll just simply place the sink in separately from the clone, because I really would like to get these rooms cloned a lot faster. So I'm just going to take this room without the sink. And now I can just place this, because the walls are... It's irrelevant whether there's a wall there or not. There we go. All the way at least that far. And then I can do the same thing right here. Yeah, it'll be boom, boom. Just like that. I'm not sure why it's giving me that sound. Because I'm holding shift. It's because I'm green, isn't it? It is green. Flip it with F. Yep. And then just... You're gonna tell me that's blocked? You are gonna tell me that's blocked. Fine, we'll go like this then. Flip it like that. There we go. And bop, 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 bop. We'll just go down the list here, and then we'll just have ourselves a nice little cell block. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I might want to hold up on the money situation. These are really nice cells, and we're gonna bring in a whole bunch of low security inmates to be in this area. And then I think for this, we have this, you know, kind of a wider walkway here. I think I'm gonna add more tables in this room. But I need to shift these things down. That's what I was kind of working on. That's why these tables have been moved down. I even moved the camera. I don't know if anyone noticed, but everything kind of shifted. And I'm slowly moving everything down so that I can make room for another table up there. There we go. Almost. Before they claim it and they get mad at me for moving it. There we go. And then once those things are out of the way, let's just kind of maybe do this so they get on that really quickly. I can go in and put... Oh my gosh, you guys. Seriously, just stop acting up. Stop it. Stop. You can't win. All right? Like, maybe you get one, but you can't win. Maybe that's all you care about. Just getting one. Okay, I don't know if this is a false flag anymore. No, there's definitely something going on in here now. We are going to search toilets in this cell block to see if we can find the culprit responsible for this. And then I also need my electric to be in through here too. So this is for one of those. So those things require actual wired connections, eh? Okay. We'll go like that then. It'll be powered by this thing. So we found the tunnel. But here's the thing. The tunnel doesn't go outside. And the dog is smelling it outside. So we clearly didn't find the tunnel. We just found a tunnel. Which means we have more tunnels to find. So I'm going to search toilets again. Hopefully finding wherever this is. I'm going to have the dog come back over here. Not there. It was over here somewhere, wasn't it? No? Flags have been removed. I don't know if I trust it. All right, hang on. Let's tell them to remove the tunnel. Get them on that right now instead. They got to be able to get luxuries too. And then alcohol is a big deal, but I got lots of programs to help them out with that. They just have to actually take those programs. And then the violence thing is another thing we have to work on. The behavioral therapy thing. So we're going to have the brick wall. Let's replace this with a brick wall. Yep. And then this will get replaced as we bring that down. And I guess we'll just leave it like this for now. But I need a meeting room is what I'm setting up here. So a meeting room is here. It needs to be at least 5 by 5. Well, it can be, how about 7 by 5? Let's do 7 by 6. We'll have it be that nice little a bigger room, okay? And we're gonna have it's like we do what, 2 down? That's probably a good way to do it. Let's just do it that way. So about there will be where this room is, and then we'll just demolish this wall. It just gets demolished. Yep. And then the staff door, these needs to be moved. Actually, we need to dump this and replace the fence. So we'll dismantle that door. And we're going to replace it with a fence as soon as they're done doing that. And do we find another tunnel? Nah, there's still something there, man. I'm going to have to dismantle that toilet so they can't get me on that. Is there any particular reason? Oh, right, it's brick. Oh, I'm out of money. Actually, because I've been like on and off recording today with my son being home, it's super cold, so they don't have school. So I've been on and off recording today, and apparently, yeah, forgot all about the fact that the grants get canceled. So cell block D was canceled. I had to redo it again. That gave me the extra 10 grand, and so now I can make the wall where I want it to be here now. We'll just re-accept that grant. I'm not entirely sure how that works with finances. Is it still taking the money away from me, or am I just getting an extra $10,000 advance? I'm not sure how that works, because that might just be. I mean, it's a bug. I can't do anything about it, but you know, I'm trying as little as possible to reload like that. But that's like, maybe that could very well be like an extra 10 grand, and if that's the case, then I guess I'll just, I don't know, I'll buy a bunch of gravestones. Those are pretty expensive to offset. Is this not a morgue? Did I not label this a morgue? I did not label the morgue. Now I did. Indoors, morgue, done. Yes, there's definitely a tunnel here. Let's take and search toilets one more time. But I think instead of the toilets being searched, all of them, just search all the toilets again. I might have to start dismantling some of them. There that is. Okay. Got him. Martin Johnson Young here, 46. He's satisfying his literature need right now. The literature, ladies and gentlemen. He reads the articles. Duh. All right, so the scanner machine's all hooked up now, and they're starting to put these boxes through the scanner machine just to check it, make sure there's no bad stuff in them. Hopefully this, you know, kind of helps with the contraband issues that we're having, because there's actually quite a lot of it. I'm going to be doing a shakedown tonight, but I worry about my staff, you know. I worry about their health. I'm going to be doing all these shakedowns. I did get this thing hooked up too. Man, I just completely didn't hook up any of these things because I didn't know they needed a direct connection at the time I was placing them, but there we go. Just to keep the rats out of the cells, you know, trying to go around here. Looks like we're good there. And this area here is done. So this is going to be a pantry. I also need to get this sorted out too, because this is kind of blow. So I need to get rid of these capacitors and upgrade them. But this is a pantry. And we'll just go ahead and demolish the walls right here. Gosh, I almost want to... I don't know, move these things so I have the wall in a different spot here. Yeah, I want the door here. And I think actually this will end up being an extension of my kitchen. So I want to just bring this whole thing like this. And then I guess the pantry will be in here. Yeah, I think this will be our pantry, is in this area. And the pantry is where we're going to store all the fruits and vegetables and everything that we want to cook for everybody and serve to our own people. So we store them in the pantry in order to do that. So in here, we're going to go with pantry like this. Room to store all of your freshly grown fruit and vegetables. The room is chilled to keep prison-grown ingredients preserved. And we'll just have that be like that. And then you can go in to the pantry and everything. And I don't know if we need shelves in here or not, or if they just kind of do their own thing. There's no items that are really tagged for this room specifically. Oh, here it is. Yeah, storage shelves. Okay. So let's have a storage shelf be here and here, and another one here. And then what I want to do along the back wall here is we'll put tall fridges. So we'll have one here, and then we'll have another, say here. I'm running out of cash, so I think for like there for now is good. And then the only thing we'll need to make sure we do at that point is just to make sure that the pantry is behind a door. Okay, so there. We're still running out of cash. I'm having a hard time keeping up with it. But the thing is, like, again, as long as you're not in debt, it doesn't matter if you hit zero. Just as long as you're, you know, not going seriously into the negatives, then you're kind of fine. And, you know, I've been buying the really expensive stuff for all these cells, and that's another reason why it's doing that. Okay, so my issue primarily is that I changed everything about my cell configuration. So I've got all the pipes laid in, but they're not accurate anymore. That's my bad. So now I want to change. I think I might need to change how the cells are. That's a real big pain in the ass. I think it would be easier at this point to simply add the pipes where they need to be. It'll just have extra pipes, and that's the way it is. Whoops. We'll just go up like this. Not a huge deal, honestly. And then all through here, we need to have the sinks and everything too. Yes. So I guess that'll just be that. It'll be kind of weird, but that'll be how it's arranged. Just have an extra connection there. And we'll do this. Decided to check in on the meeting room for the conflict resolution session that's taking place. I think it's going quite well. I just happened to see there are two unconscious people in here. So, you know, I say they're resolving their conflicts. Maybe not the way we intended, but some of them seem to be doing it. And it looks to me like 35% is going down. He's got a decent chance to succeed here. Yeah, you just got to keep with the program. Experience here too. It's not progressing as quite as good as I'd like. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that there are guards in here, so he's getting suppressed a little bit. So you don't want to have too many, you know, like having guards stationed out here is better than having them directly in the room. Also, it looks to me like I'm not getting lights in here, so let's put a single light bulb in there. And then probably want some lights in the hall. About like that, I guess. Put another one down there, and we'll keep going through here. For these cells, I'm actually installing the wall lights. Like I said, the little wall lights don't take electricity, so I'm just gonna pop them in here, and then every cell will have its own light in there, just like that. And then in the halls, we'll just have these little light bulbs here. We can have kind of stationed throughout the hallways. That's fine. It's all right. Right about like that, yeah. And then we'll just put another one there and there. Kind of keep it all in a line. There we go. Looks like this one is actually at the lower half, so we'll change these to have them be in the lower half. So right here goes to there and then to there. All right, so almost done with this. Just taking a bit, and I do have a loan, and so having no money and a loan is not a good thing, although I still have a 10.0 credit rating, but I'm gonna have to take another one just to make sure I can make the payments. So we'll take another one. We still have a lot of stuff down here to build to get it ready, so I'll just keep cranking away here. Still only have one staff that have died. I wonder if this counts as a calamity. It's just rain. I don't think it counts. Oh my god, it counts. Done. Grants completed. Oh, right, because of the thunder. Yeah, lightning and stuff would do it. Anyway, so emergency stuff is over with here. And I've been looking at Criminally Insane Wing again. I realized I need to have 100 of these guys in my prison eventually, but I'm kind of tempted now to put them right here. I'm not really using this area yet. The yard's big enough for everybody I need right now, and they can always access the yards up the walk paths. I'm thinking of putting them right here. It's reasonably close enough to the staff canteen and the kitchen and everything to supply it. Yeah, there's substantial flooding due to a burst pipe. Can't see this subsiding anytime, so you'll have to call a plumber to go. Or where is this? Right here. Okay, so there is a big old water pipe. Oh, I was wrong. I apologize to whoever was in the comments that said a burst pipe. The burst pipe risk. That thing, I mean, again, lots of things have changed since I played. It used to be only big pipes. Only the main pipes could burst like this. And so now I think they've changed it, looks like. So I need that fixed. And I'm pretty sure I have plumbing for my workmen have plumbing skills. I thought anyway. Clearly not. It also apparently doesn't matter that the drain is right here. So that's interesting. It can't drain fast enough. I guess I'll call the plumber. I didn't think I needed to do that, but I guess I thought my workmen had this under control, but anyway, we'll bring the plumbers in over here to get it cleaned up. Yeah, they'll have to, there, the plumbers are done. They did the thing. Is that everything though? Yeah, everything's working swimmingly now. Okay, thanks plumbers, bye. Take your really long hoses out of here, I guess. I've got the canteen started right here. So anyway, I'm tempted to make my criminally insane wing right here. It's, I just think it needs to happen. I'm not taking very care of these guys, and I don't know if I really need this much space. And I can always tear this down, you know, later on. Like, I kind of wanted my criminally insane wing to be on this side of the road eventually. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much ready to bring in minimum security. I only have a few things that I have to kind of wrap up here. So the canteen is basically done, and the kitchen is already routed to bring things here, so that's good. We have a functioning pantry now with actual things that are, you know, ingredients that are being brought into the fridge, which is nice. And, you know, farmers are still doing what farmers do. We have a lot of cells here that are ready for minimum security. So I went ahead and in the deployment screen, and I've got this set for minimum security. This hallway is also exclusive to minimum, as is the canteen right now. So everything in this area is exclusive to minimum at the moment. Okay. Now we have no access here, and I may turn this into criminally insane. We'll see. But I've also set up this door right here. I'm going to go ahead real quick and just make sure that's connected. I've set up this door right here so that minimum security can access this yard. And we'll probably do that in off hours. So I'll examine, you know, kind of these guys in a yard here. And then there's work lockup, and this is a free time slot up here. And, you know, maximum's probably going to want more free time. To be honest, medium probably deserves more free time as well. So, I mean, I kind of need to give them that. I think they're kind of a little bit of a pent-up demand here for that. And, you know, moving protective custody and stuff is going to be necessary. So what I'm thinking of doing here is turning this into a cell block here for, like, my criminally insane and protective. This whole thing right here, I'm thinking about shifting that and putting it right here. And with the intention that it's going to get moved again, which I know it sounds a little weird to keep moving it around, but it's just about budgetary constraints and trying to kind of get it in the proper position. So I may have to go like one or the other. So I think maybe in this side right here, maybe what we'll do is let protective be here and criminally insane be here. If there are, you know, there's only 5 protective right now, and there may be a need for more. I don't know. There may be a need for more. I have a confidential informant, and I do have some question marks around here, but this informant isn't really all that reliable yet. You know, they're only a 55% at the moment. We have a loyal, hyperactive addict criminally insane over here. I'm not entirely sure why they're going this direction. This is a staff-only area, sir. Yeah. Why is the guard opening the door for him? Anyway, so I can bring them in here. So what I'm doing right now with these guards, or with these workmen, is I'm drawing a line right here. I'm drawing a wall right here to kind of close this off. And I may, you know, decide to do criminally insane or something somewhere else. We'll see. But for now, I'm closing this off, and this is going to be just the minimum security wing. We need a pipe right there. There we go. Okay, and we also need more wall lights too in this area, don't we? I believe we do. I'm putting them next to the bed, like this. Yeah, so we'll just kind of go like this. And you can actually just drag these, because if there's invalid placement, it won't place it. And since everything except the wall is invalid here, so it'll just work as you place them. There we go. So all of those wall lights will go in, and then every single cell will have its own thing. Now, I think in medium and in low security, I'm gonna have guards patrolling around, but I'm gonna try not to have any cameras. Cameras are suppressants, right? And I'm gonna see how that works with low security. This low security, though, when we talk about, you know, prisoner transfers and such, these guys are gonna have to be the best behaved people in order to get here. If you want to have this stuff, you have to be the best behaved prisoners in the whole prison, which means if you act up, you're, you know, like all the policy stuff, right? If you act up when you're in this area, anything other than destruction, basically anything violent against any other people, you are immediately moved up. No questions asked. You will be moved up every single time from this, unless it's destroying property. I'm okay with destroying property. If I find, you know, tools on you, if I find drugs on you or something, that's okay. You know, we'll go lock up, we'll go solitary, whatever. But anything that's serious injury, attack staff, prisoners, escape attempts, murder, obviously. These types of things, automatic escalation. And in fact, I may actually say that if you attack my staff, maybe not attack staff. If you murder, you instantly go to max, right? If you, I think it's escape attempt, I'll probably instantly go max too. And that will get them to think about it. They're like, hey, you know, if I go to max, I'm going to have to behave to get moved down to medium, and then I'm going to have to behave again to get moved down again. Like if I'm going to lose this really nice cell, right? Because if we look at the grades on these things, room quality, right? These ones right here are 5s, 5 out of 15. And I can make them better too. With, like I can put like, I don't know, I probably can't fit radios or anything in there. No, I can't fit any of that stuff in there, but I can always give them windows. It's just they'll have windows to the outside. This one here is a better one. This is an 8. It has a window to the outside world. And a lot of these, I could do the same thing. These windows, I could put a window here, I put a window here. So these ones on the outside are going to be even better cells, right? Because they have a window to the outside world. We can even do that on these outside ones right here. We could give these guys all windows. So the outside cells are really good. You definitely want those, right? And we could also, I don't know if this counts, having a window in the middle here. I don't think it does, because I think the cell quality rating is well, okay, so a window does add 1 if it's a large window, but if it's an outdoor window, it adds 2. Interesting. That's interesting. So an outdoor window is +2, but it's not a large window. So I could actually get, if I had made these large windows instead, that would have done more. But I think I'm okay with what we got, but I could have gone more. The point is they're much better cells than what these guys are going to deal with. And then I can also give them other things, like I can give them soft pillows, which I didn't do. So I'm going to do that now. Soft pillow, right? I give them a soft pillow on each of their beds, right? These are much nicer cells. They're basically staying in, I don't know, like your average New Jersey B&B. All right, Airbnb. I've only had one Airbnb in my entire life, and it was in New Jersey, and it was not a pleasant stay. So I'm going to constantly probably attribute, to be fair, it was my fault, because like I needed something really cheap. I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and it just happened to be cheaper than a hotel at the time. So I just kind of went with it, and I regretted it. I'm a hotel guy. I'm not really an Airbnb guy. I've decided. After my one single experience, you know, I probably need a bigger sample size to truly judge it. But all right, so there we go. So now we're gonna bring more people in. So at the moment, this area here provides us. I'll just go like that really quick. Make sure that's good. There we go. And all of this is in that medium sec. And then this is a staff only area in here. And we will develop this as we go. I also need some access into here too. So I guess I will go with a staff door on this side. Might as well. This area here, I believe, is medium only. Yep. This is minimum only. Sorry. Minimum only here. I'll put a little staff door here so we can access this area. And then this is also, again, it's going to be staff only through here. And that separates this. So there's this nice little staff only area here that kind of separates these two areas. Where am I at here? Yeah, deployment. Staff only here, right? And then you have your medium and max are allowed in here. Medium, actually medium is only supposed to be, well, I can't really do medium only here, can I? Because they kind of need to go around to get to visitation. They can't really go through here to get to visitation. So I think that's supposed to be staff only for now. That's a staff only area. And then that little thing right there. Yeah. So this has to be open just for them to be able to move through it, unfortunately. But anyway, so if we take a look up here, it says that we have a capacity for 66 minimum security people. 66. It's pretty nice. So let's go to intake really quick. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to have this open. And you can see 26 is the all minimum we have available is that much. So we need to increase this to like 120, let's say. Okay. Yeah, so we'll bump it up. Let's bump up even further. Let's bump it to 150, but we don't want this many on the medium side. So we're going to bring this down so that it's pretty much only these guys coming in. Okay. Just going to try to, you know, wow, that is a huge difference. It's like all or nothing on these guys. Okay, fair. So we're just going to kind of do this. And the hope is that we'll just keep bringing in these lower security people, and then they're going to be able to go in here. They're going to be able to go in here. They're going to be able to go in the canteen to eat, right? These things will all get sorted out that way. And then we'll get them a yard schedule that is not in line with these guys. So in other words, this eat time, the eat times can line up, but the yard time should not, because they're using the yard at the same time, right? They're all using it together. So I might want to, for example, put the yard for these guys maybe right here. And then these guys get loads of free time, but that would put them in the yard at the same time, and I don't want that. So I don't want their free time to line up with the yard either. So in that case, we'll probably go... yeah, I guess I have to lock up here. That'll be like their only lockup period, though, because I want them to have some freedom. We can go free time right here before eat. That's good. And then they can eat at the same time. That's no big deal. And then there's the yard time for these guys. It kind of lines up with this free time slot, though. So I think I'll move it down here one. And then we'll shift our eat schedule down here and maybe add free time here. So additional free time there. Yard. And then work. And we're going to go work like this. And then we'll have another eat period here, followed by some additional free time here. So they have a kind of a 12 to 5 schedule for their work time. And it kind of lines up with this, but I'm going to change this to, I think, like that. So just providing a little extra security for these guys. So if you're not working, you're there. And that's going to be good, I think, because it'll let us have, you know, people in the shop and stuff. I need to be able to get these guys luxuries. And it means they need to be able to enter here and get that, which is not quite what we want. So we're going to need another shop. And we're going to need a shop that's managed by somebody else, right? So I'm thinking maybe this hallway eventually opens up and allows everyone to travel through it. So it's possible that we can line that up later. But I think for now, I'm satisfied with that schedule, okay? So that's it for today. I have to go to bed. It's 3 a.m. for me now. I'm sorry. But when we come back for the next one, we'll have a whole lot more prisoners, and we can see whether or not this actually works as well as I hope it does. I have a $50,000 loan, but I am only at 2 of these. I'm 87% done with my capacity, so I'm pretty sure that expanding this out would take care of that, sell block D, and I can also, you know, get my criminally insane block right here, which, again, I think it's going to move because eventually I want CI to be over here. But, okay, that's it. Take care, guys. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.